Welcome back, my dear friends, to Other Universe. It's me, Saj, once more. Oh yes. A while ago I did a beginner's guide, or a couple of days ago I did a beginner's guide, and in this video we're going to extend on that beginner's guide. In that guide I talked about the most basic things that you need to learn in order to just survive. Now, you want to be able to keep surviving, don't you? So for that you need skills that go a little bit beyond what I taught you in that video. If you haven't watched that video, if you don't have that knowledge that is very basic in this game, then I would imply you to press the annotation on the screen right now somewhere. If you're on PC, I don't think that works on mobile devices if you're watching from there. But anyhow, who cares? I don't really. But anyhow, check that video if you haven't checked it already, or if you don't know the basics of this game. So, in the last video, I talked about how to build a thatch base, how to cook some food, how to just basically survive, make yourself a really simple armor, and so on. I don't really need the torch in here. That's just wasteful of me. That's just wasteful of me. But what you want to do as soon as you get a hold of wooden stuff is to make or pick the wooden foundation, the wooden wall, the wooden ceiling, the wooden door frame, and the wooden door. Then you're pretty much good to go to make yourself a wooden base. Now, the wooden base is better because it has higher armor than the thatch base. You might notice that even the stone wall here and my metal door frame, they have the exact same of HP, 10,000 out of 10,000. Difference about the different tiers is that they have different amount of armor. Thatch has no armor, as I am aware of. Wood has a little bit more armor, stone has a little bit more armor, and metal has the most armor in the game as of yet, as I'm making this video. So, what you want to do then is to start building a wood base. By doing that, you or if you watched my previous video, you probably have already built yourself a thatch base. If you still survive with that thatch base, then congratulations, because I think a lot of people, when they see a thatch base, they're like, oh my god, that's so easy to raid, and then just some way get into your base pretty easily. Especially if they have metal tools, then it's a piece of cake. It's a real big piece of juicy cake. But once you are able to do wood stuff, just start replacing the parts of your base with wooden foundations, wooden walls, wooden ceiling, wooden door frames, and a door. And then you have made the first floor I have here. You can actually just make it like 2x2 or 4x4. You don't really have to make it as big as I do, but I want to have the space for all the other shit I have in here, like my smithy and my forge and so on. But that's something we're going to cover a little bit further in. Quick addition here, which I forgot to talk about. Don't forget to actually replace your hide sleeping bag with a simple bed. That way you have a permanent spawn point inside your base, which can make things a lot easier. Alright, let's jump back to the video. Once you have built all that, you're pretty much good to go. You're kind of safe now when you have a wooden base. If they have a dino though, it's pretty easy to get in. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty easy to get in if you have a dino. But if they don't, it's gonna take them some time. So you've just extended your life a little bit. A little bit, alright? Congratulations. Congratulations.
Congratulations and jubilations. I want the world to know I'm happy as can be.
And that's the second step for the base building. Now, as of armor, you're going to get the hide things. Let's see, let's get to the engrams and see where we have the hide things. I think the hide things are around level 15. I'm not entirely sure about that. It might be level 20 as well. But once you've gotten there, you should get the hide gloves, the hide boots, the hide hat, which I actually got this time. I didn't have it for the last video for some reason. The hide shirt and the hide pants. Once you have gotten all of these, you have got the armor in the game that is the most tolerable to cold. But it actually gives you even worse resistance. Yeah, I guess you could call it. It gives you negative hyperthermal insulation, which I don't really have right now, which while I'm in here, or maybe if we check outside. Being inside your base actually gives you bonus to insulation. I actually have 4+, that's because I have quite a lot of fortitude, because the hyperthermic insulation on the hide clothing is -5. On each part. So actually you're going to become a lot more... I'm not really sure what this guy is doing up here. Why he's rubbing against my spikes. He should be taking damage. You should be taking damage. You stupid failure. God damn it. God damn it. Alright, but since I have a lot of fortitude, this armor is actually the best when it comes to conquering cold. And I'm in one of the coldest area on the map, so it just makes sense, doesn't it? It does. It really does. So, once you've built yourself a wooden base and you have taken the hide shirt and the hide pants, you have extended your life a little bit more. Congratulations. And actually, when you're starting to get up to level 20 and 25, that's when you're going to have to start focusing on something else. There's something in this game called supply drops. Let's see if we actually can see some in the near vicinity. I didn't see anyone before. We have one up there. I doubt that I will be able to get there in time. I doubt that I will get there in time, and that actually is a purple one. There's different colors of the wood, supply drops. I'm gonna try to get up there if I even can climb up there. I'm not really entirely sure. And there is a timer on each supply drop, so you have to be kind of quick on getting there. There's white supply drops, there's green supply drops, there's blue supply drops, there's purple supply drops, there's red supply drops, and there's gold supply drops. The white is the ones with the least level requirement. There's level requirements on each different color of supply drop. So that's something you have to focus on. What was that kind of dinosaur? Oh, it's just friendlies. Hey, they're friendly. But once you get to level 20, 25, I think that's really when you need to start focusing the supply drops. Because the level 25 supply drops, which are the blue ones, are the ones you actually really want to get. Because they can give you a lot of cool, good stuff which you actually need. That's pretty far away, man. It's pretty, but it looks like I can find myself a path up there. Up to the red pylon. But I'm skeptical that I'm gonna get there in time. There's actually a base up here as well. What the fuck were they eating? I look like a naked rabbit or something. Kind of freaky. We got a base up here. Actually, it looks pretty decent. A lot of people actually just build their base in wood. I am not that trusting of people to actually just have a wooden base, but then they have it in a good location. Now I'm gonna kill these guys because this is a rare opportunity to get yourself some supplies, which I actually really need. In order to upgrade my base a little bit more. Now the bad things about the scorpions is that they can tranquilize you. Now I have more fortitude, so one hit from a scorpion won't put me to sleep at least. That's good. I'm surprised that the supply drop is still up. Maybe the purple ones actually have a longer live time, or whatever you want to call it. This is actually quite cozy. Maybe I should have built my base up here, but there's no trees, so I'm not really sure that would be that effective. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Don't funk with my heart. How can I get up here if I can't climb the rocks? I am going to cover taming in another episode, since that's not really something I focus on right now. Fuck these rocks, man. No! Stop it! Just get me up here. Alright, I'm slowly getting there. No! I was so close. So close yet so far. Now, the purple supply drops are actually supply drops that are level 35. So, they can actually contain guns, like sniper rifles and shotguns and so on. So, those are really good. Now, it takes a lot of supplies to craft yourself a gun. So, that's why you probably want to go for the supply drops. The supply drops could be amazing. Once you get up to level 25 and higher, you want to start hunting supply drops. I actually have crystals up here. I've never guarded crystals before. And I got stone. Really? Maybe I need to use my pick. Yay, I got 2 crystal. I've actually not figured out what to do with the crystals yet. I think you can do different stuff with it, but right now I don't really have any use for it. Now, if you want to, once you get the stone tier, which is around level 25, I think, you can start upgrading your base immediately, which I would recommend. We have a gold one down there, but I don't have the level requirements for that one. And the greens you can do once you're like level 15 or something. The different supply drops correspond with the different level requirements. So if it's a level 25 supply drop, you're gonna get engram stuff that corresponds with level 25. If it's a purple one, you're gonna get stuff that corresponds with level 35. So on and so forth. And then we kill some Dialos every day. He's just running away from me. I can't chop him up. I'm gonna chop you up, but don't give me any supplies. There we go, he disappeared. I got 1 meat, which is actually really bad. And I've just added so that the stamina doesn't go back up once you've lost all your food and so on, so that's kind of annoying if you ask me. Now, you might be asking yourself, Saj, won't you be covering taming in this episode? And no, because taming is not something you want to do until you've got a good enough base to actually be able to protect your animals. Your dinos easily die. Really easily die, and you don't want that. Now, as I covered supply drops, I might as well give you a tip how to actually get them faster. I'm about in the process of starting to tame myself my first flying mount. I can do a saddle for a one of those flying lizards. I'm not really sure what they're called. Petrosaurodon, something like that. Once you have one of those, you can be a beast when it comes to going around and collecting what you actually need. And as I covered in the last episode, the dinos that you want to kill, we covered in the last episode that those were Dialos, Trikes, the Carbonemus works, the Phiomias you really want to kill. That's where you want to start. Now the ones you should avoid, by all costs, are the Stegosaurus, which we have over there with the fins, a lot of fins on his back. And the Brontosaurus, which is the big guy over there on the other side. You don't want to mess with those. You don't want to mess with the Ankylosaurus, I think they're called. They're a pain in the butt. The scorpions are actually pretty easy. And the scorpions you need if you want to collect chitin. Or kitten. I'm not really sure how you're supposed to pronounce that. I've heard both. I've heard both. Now, as I've been talking about making yourself a stronger base in this game, there is a couple of tricks to make the crafting process go a lot faster. In the beginning, I thought I should do as I did in a lot of other survival games, which is collect a lot of supplies or ingredients, if you want to call them that, to a recipe. And then take it all to my base and then start crafting and building from there. But I gotta say that is not the fastest way to go about it in this game. Let's see here. If we make ourselves a wooden wall. First off, I would go to my craftables, take the recipe that I want to be able to do, and put it in my quick item slots. Because this is going to save you a lot of time, and you are actually going to be able to know when you have enough supplies to do a wall. I can demonstrate for you. Let's collect a couple of trees with our hatchet. As I said before with the different tools, the hatchet collects more wood, and the pick collects more thatch. But as we need more wood, I'm gonna use my hatchet. What's that song that the dwarves in Snow White sing when they work? Alright, so we can make ourselves our first wooden wall. Now all I need to do is press 4 to be able to craft a wooden wall. Now I'm not really sure if you noticed, but my weight to the right of the screen, which looks like a weight bar or a weight, I don't know, a weight, just a weight, alright, was actually fuller when I started that crafting. Let's see if we can do that once more. What I need more wood. So let's check the weight while it goes up. It's starting to get fuller and fuller because wood is actually quite heavy. But if I craft, it's gonna go down immensely because the wood wall for some reason is a lot less heavy than having a lot of wood, unprocessed wood in your inventory. So what I suggest you do when you're trying to build yourself a wooden base is just put the things that you want to be able to do in your quick menu. Like the wooden wall, for example, the wooden ceiling we can do. We can do the door frame and the door. And we're gonna need some foundations as well. Where we do have, there we have the foundations. And then you're basically good to go. All you need to do now is go around and collect the correct amount of supplies for each of these ones, and then when you have enough supplies you can just press a button and it's gonna be instantly put into your inventory. And actually having a lot of walls and foundations and stuff like that in your inventory won't be that heavy, so you can have quite a lot of stuff before you actually need to return to base. And this is going to make everything go a lot quicker than it would otherwise. Now, I've done some testing as well, if you want to go for stone walls instead of wooden walls, in how quick it actually is to gather stone. Now, you might think it would be easier to just stand here and gather stone like this. Look at the rate I'm getting stone right now, it's pretty quick. But the thing about hatching stone from stones is that it's really inconsistent. Sometimes you get a lot of stone, sometimes you get not that much stone. Now, my hatchet broke, but that doesn't really matter. So what I've done here is, across from my base, I have a shore or a beach where there's a lot of stones on the ground, which I couldn't show you in the last episode because I didn't really realize that it was this easy. But you could just go like this instead. And in my experience, doing this in an area that's more crowded with stones will uppen things a lot more. It will speed up the process. At least that's what I've experienced. Now, it may be a preference thing. And also, this is something you can do if you want to craft while traveling to a supply drop or something, for example. It's all about maximizing profit, you know? I've been studying economics for 1,000 years. I know what I'm just kidding. But I've been experiencing that just going around collecting rocks from the ground is a lot faster than actually hatcheting for it. And you don't have to do new hatchets and picks all the time. You actually don't wear down your equipment, which I did there because one of my equipment broke. So that's actually a pretty useful tip. If you do those things, you're gonna have yourself a base in no time. Now, I have actually not watched... I've watched a couple of videos and with tips and tricks and guides for this game. Mostly the ones that are pretty high up. It's not something that I would recommend you to apply. Like the ones for XP grinding, for example. The fastest way to actually get XP, which I've realized that was stupid, is that... is to make foundations for some reason. The foundations almost give you a lot more XP than anything else. And you would guess that actually doing like higher tier like stone or metal will give you more XP, and I'm not really sure that's the case. If it is the case, then it's not that noticeable. It's a lot easier to make wooden stuff, and you get a lot more, or not a lot more, but you get, I think, around the same amount of experience from it. So, if you really want to just grind that level, I would suggest you just make yourself the hugest freaking wooden base there is. And killing dinos with high level. That's what I'd recommend. From testing by my own experience of years in economic studies, I've traveled around the land, seeing how different communities and tribes do their different economical stuff. Now, I think I might end this video with talking about a little bit about I think I should construct my building, and maybe you get some tips on actually how to construct yours. Now, I'm gonna start from the top to the bottom. Now, there is a lot of things here that I'm going to exchange, but for the safety of things, I have done a wooden ceiling for now. I'm gonna exchange this with a metal ceiling. I'm going to put a wall from here to here with doors so that I can go out on this catwalk. I'm gonna replace these with windows that you can open, and we're gonna have a little bit of a lookout, sort of a, I don't know, sort of a balcony, you know. So I think that could be quite cool. And on this side, I'm just gonna make stone wall windows when they actually get that into the game. I think that's pretty soon. Right now, when I'm making this video, that doesn't really exist. So, and I'm gonna do the same here. Now, it's both gonna be pretty beautiful, I think, and it's gonna serve a purpose. If I ever get attacked while I'm in my base, and I actually get myself a sniper, I'm gonna have a lot of different opportunities to actually be able to snipe people from my base. And I'm going to exchange all my hatchets. This hatchet is actually quite broken. Why is that? It might be that somebody has tried to get into my base. It looks like it. Huh? Those cheeky son of a guns. I'm going to exchange all my hatchets for metal hatchets, for safety purposes, of course. And eventually I'm going to make this an entire metal base, but that's going to take forever, so I'm not really sure that I want to. I'm not really sure that I want to at all, if I'm going to be totally honest, but it's starting to come along. It's starting to come along really nicely. And if you guys have any more tips of what I should do with my base, you're more than welcome to join this server. As I said in the last video, I'm playing on the European server, official server 99. You're more than welcome to come here. I'm in by the red pylon in the Grand Hills, East Zone 1. If you want to, you're more than welcome to join the Jurassic A team, and if you have any suggestions for me what I should do with my building next, then you're more than welcome to do so. I'm going to try to do even more videos when I come up with solutions and extensions of what to do. So hopefully this helped you. And if you have any tips and tricks that you want to be included in my next video, as of yet, I'm only level 36, so I need to level up a little bit more before I do the next video, I think. We'll just have to see. And, yeah. Probably in the next video I'm going to talk about a little bit more about my base, about the spikes here and so on, since that is metal, and I don't really want to talk too much about metal, since that is a focus for another day. And also I'm going to do a video on taming, a really in-depth video on taming each and different dino that's in the game right now. Now there might be added more dinos later on, but I think that's a good, going to be a good ground to stand on, so to speak. So I hope that was all helpful. I hope it was. I'm not really sure, but it's fun. It's a fun game. And that's that. Until next time, guys. Bye. My dear friends of the universe, thank you for watching. Don't forget to press the annotation in the left corner if you want more. Leave a like and a share to not be a square. And until next time, bye.